DragonCon, Crispy here, and we're with our friends Felicia and Jonah. Thank you guys so much for coming back. First time?
First time at DragonCon.
First time.
Yeah.
Have you warned them about?
I did.
Okay.
We
There
were
was lots
in,
of calls.
There
Yeah.
was a lot of calls. I'm like, listen, you're gonna love it. It's my favorite con. Also, there was a guy with apple pie this morning.
Already, you hit the pie.
Already. And
Breakfast
like,
of Champions.
I made him bring it up, and then I felt bad because he had made it himself, and I was like, I don't trust this guy. But he drank it anyway.
Yeah?
Yeah, I shouldn't have.
No.
I did like ask him.
That's understandable.
He had a little, like sippy part. We took that part off
Yeah.
before pouring it.
That's
so.
fair.
Hopefully there wasn't a lot of backwash by 11 a.m.
I mean, it's DragonCon. Probably.
Meaning-
Probably.
Yeah.
Don't tell him that.
Don't
Okay.
tell them. That's not on camera or anything.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fine. Sorry. So your first con though, right?
Yeah.
Not con, but for your first DragonCon. How are you feeling about it so far?
So far, so good. I like it a lot more than other conventions I might have been
Good
to.
save. All right, there. That's fair.
Just it's mellower and it's more like friendly and it's a little less. I want to say less corporate feeling.
Yeah.
Very much.
You
We like to say we're a by the fan for the fans.
Yeah.
This is literally like the mom and pop store. Just did really, really well.
Yeah, and
You know,
that's
it actually is a
my-
family-run organization
Pretty cool.
downstairs. So yeah.
And that's
yeah.
kind of it's and it's just everyone's super friendly because also it's the South, which also has its own.
Don't let us lie to you like that. Don't worry.
Yeah,
They're smart. It's like, hey,
hate
how are you?
you.
I hate his guts.
Right,
You know,
it's the
that's
worst.
kind of
Hi.
I only care about surface interactions. I am from Hollywood.
Then you'll fit in just fine. Welcome to Atlanta.
Thank
so.
Hollywood
Excellent.
2.
Yeah, Hollywood 2. God,
Yeah.
we have kind of exploded
Hollywood
down.
South, actually.
Is that what we're calling it?
People do call it this because there's a lot of like TV shows
Yeah.
shooting in Atlanta, and people will say, "Oh, yeah, it's Hollywood South now," which
Yeah.
is cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
we've
the
got a lot to
second.
do.
Like last year, it had the second most productions in the world.
Yeah, isn't that incredible?
That is fantastic because you look at 10 years ago, it's like whatever. It's a geek town, sure, but
I did
now
a
it's
movie
huge.
here. One of my first jobs, I did Palm Springs, a movie with Kenneth Verano about Franklin Roosevelt. It's like it won an Emmy. Clearly, my career is gone.
Right.
But it was pretty cool. We shot. It was one of the first things we shot here. Now,
That's a good piece of history there.
Yeah,
I was not
it was
aware of
cool.
that. I didn't realize that was shot here, so I feel like a bad
In Warm
local
Springs.
nerd. So that's all right.
Okay.
I love
It's
getting
not really
educated. Go on.
It's not really. He didn't get polio from aliens.
Ah,
Okay, so
damn it.
There.
Well, all right. Well, you win some, you lose some. So with conventions, obviously, you're both a couple of geeks. You're our people.
What? Sorry,
I was waiting for that. I was like, there it is.
I'm cool.
But the cool kids.
I'm cool. It's just
all right.
rephrase the question.
Yeah.
Wear your fake glasses, Jonah.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, my fake. Don't need them anymore.
Is it just the frames? Come on.
Yeah.
Drew carry this. Come on.
Yeah.
But with geekery and things like that, obviously you're both very busy individuals. But if you had the time to just run around, which I know she has at this convention before.
I have done it before. Oh yeah,
That's
for
a
sure.
thing. But what are the geeky things that you would get into at the convention? Like if you could go to panels, if you could be on the fandom side more frequently, not at the party side, which you will be. But what are the fandoms that you guys would really get into while you're here?
I mean, my favorite times are walking around this floor late at night when the cosplay's out.
Yes.
That's my absolute favorite thing of any convention I've ever done. I've done it so many times in a mask. Everyone always recognized me.
Yeah.
I don't understand
It's
it.
useless.
You have a walk.
I have a walk. Do I really
You have a
one?
walk.
It's
Yeah.
a particular gate, yes.
It is a gate. Anyway,
Yeah.
everybody always
Yeah.
outs me, but it's still amazing. And then I remember my very favorite was one of my first Dragon Cons, and in the basement of the Sheraton, I think, there was a Star Trek fan club disco. They had like the best DJ. And I was there until like 2 a.m. and it was just weird, the small room disco, but I was like, this is the best experience of my life.
That's right.
That's like one of the most DragonCon things I've ever. So there was a Star Trek disco in the bottom of a
and
hotel.
there were furries
Yeah.
having sex on it. I mean, what?
Family Con.
Family Con.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's fine. Jonah, what do you got?
Usually what I do in any kind of convention like this is I do try to find where the horror stuff is.
You're in a good house.
I don't necessarily like buying stuff online. I try not to, unless it's a must. There's no other way to get it. So I like going to I like getting horror T-shirts. So like last time I went to a con, I got like a Critters 2 shirt. And
Oh my
I got a
God.
Return of the Living Dead shirt.
Yeah.
And like this old a Suspiria shirt that looked like
Amazing.
the I just. And then it's also, and if I can't get too many shirts. Also, I never wear T-shirts out. I always wear a collared shirt. And so it's
That's
like
fair.
It's a
this
souvenir. It's like your
Yeah.
spoon collection.
Yeah, and then I start getting stuff for my wife too. Like
Yeah.
I'll just end up I say, oh, she'll really dig this sleepaway camp shirt. I'll get it for her.
What was the one piece of horror genre that got you hooked? Like, what was your baseline for that?
Man, you know, it's like, because we had HBO when I was growing up, and in the 80s, HBO played pretty much nothing but horror movies. So many horror movies.
And Red Shoe Diaries.
And Red Shoe Diaries, exactly.
It's
and
a timeless
Real
show.
Sex.
Yeah.
The Family Con.
Children.
Yes.
But like,
they're not here.
And that's when, like, you know, like Tales from the Crypt just started, and they were always showing Dawn of the Dead, and like Stephen King, like, was having his movies, his TV movies were on all the time, and so it was all just kind of like, I feel like the mid-late 80s were just so huge and rich with horror that it's like, it's really. And that's why I was like pitching a ton of horror for Mystery Science Theater all the time.
Right.
Because, you know, Joel came up in a time where there was mostly sci-fi on TV.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we grew up in a time where it was like mostly bad horror,
Yeah,
schlock
mostly bad
horror.
horror.
Yeah.
Or schlocky comedy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, like, it's like Return of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead were the kind of like, those are the ones we
pinnacle
watched.
things.
And
Yeah.
Evil Dead 2.
The Raimis are classic. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
There. So.
And so those and they were so funny and goopy and gory, and like, you know, they were
It was
just
just
such
fun. To that point, not to focus on horror a little bit though, but with the new the Ash series, did you guys watch?
Yes.
Partake of that a little
Dedicated
bit?
fan, I loved it.
Okay.
I don't watch anything with blood.
How's that working out for you?
No horror films.
Nothing.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I can't deal with the tension.
Yeah.
I just can't deal with that. I get traumatized when I watch like Babe, Pig in the City, because of
Wow.
the fire scene. It just I could make myself cry just
Right,
thinking
right.
about the
No,
monkey
I'm not gonna push
running
that.
away. Like, so I don't deal well with that genre.
That's fair. Well, what's your go-to genre then for your escapism when you pick up a show or a movie? Where do you go to these days?
I mean, anything fantasy. I'm a sucker for a sword.
Yeah.
I have a great fondness for daggers and swords and leathers.
Yeah.
Anything. I watch a lot of superhero stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, I like lady protagonists, so
Naturally.
things with strong ladies. I'm.
That's why you should like horror, because it's like, by and large.
Don't they get murdered most of the time, the ladies?
No, it's like there's a term called the final girl, and
Yeah.
it's like because
Is it
horror
the final girl though?
It's the final, yeah. Out of all the
Okay.
others.
All right.
It's
Yeah.
final.
Yeah.
But
I
it-
just don't like tension at all. Like I'm not kidding. I will read the end of a book to know if somebody
Oh my
dies,
God.
so I don't invest in it.
I
That's
cannot
what I
do
love.
that. I
I
love
know.
the surprise at the end.
I know.
I'm that person. I'm that spoiler person. It's like I know this has been out for a year.
Yeah. No, I need
Don't
to be
tell
prepped.
me about
I
it.
need
Yeah,
to be prepped
yeah.
for anything. I want to be spoiled because I'm like, oh, I'll go in knowing that I can enjoy this or not like care about somebody because
Oh,
they die.
Right. Did you grow up in the age of Cliff Notes? Is that what this? Does
Yeah,
this all
yeah.
come from Cliff Notes?
No.
Come on.
I mean,
No.
that's like, it's like these things are made to, like, it's like, I hate it when someone's like, oh, it's so manipulative, it's so
Yeah.
emotionally manipulative. I was like, that's what it's there for.
Yeah.
It's supposed to manipulate your emotions, and that's why horror manipulates like my fear emotions. And
Yeah.
like when I get on a plane, I'm gonna most likely watch something that's gonna immediately make me cry, like when I watched Paddington 2 the other day.
Right?
And immediately
That
just
ending?
waterworks.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to spoil the ending, but the ending, I'm like in tears
Yeah,
at the
and
end of
it's just,
Paddington.
anytime anything's
Yeah.
sweet, I
Yeah.
go, and it's like the music swells, and it's just
Yeah.
like, oh, Paddington, I love you. And it's just like, oh,
Oh God! Pass the marmalade.
Yeah.
Just cover my.
Just fistfuls of marble.
yeah.
I've revealed my addiction to the world. I'm sorry, guys. It's
That's crazy.
It's a
fantastic.
safe place.
It is
Family
the
con.
Hun times. Well, before you guys get going,
Yeah.
we have random questions. I've kind of prepped you
Oh
guys.
yeah.
this.
Okay.
So
You
this
didn't
is our
prep
fun
us.
bowl.
We don't know what the questions.
No, we don't know the questions, but you know the concept.
Or the rep.
So
Okay.
each of you grab one. Typically, I do one question for everyone, but I think we can get two really
do
good
two.
ones here. Pass it. Everything
Okay.
all right there? Everything good? All right. So if you can't read it, let me know. My handwriting's terrible. What do you got, Felicia?
Which band would you pick to always follow you to play the soundtrack of your life? Mariachi or pipe and drum?
All right.
Pipe
They're
and
following
drum,
you.
Pipe and drum meaning like Renaissance?
Well, I interpret it as kind of like colonial. You had the pipe and then the drum kind of deal. But I also,
Wow.
but to me, that as a Ren Fair kid,
I
was
would
gonna
want to
say,
rent
that's
it.
what
that's
I
kind of,
thought.
I went to with
Okay,
your
as long as
timbre
it's
and
pipe-
things
okay,
like
okay,
that.
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
I would. I mean, clearly,
Yeah.
I would want the pipe and drum if it wasn't American Revolution.
That's
'cause I
right. Would
hate-
you include like bagpipes in your pipe and drum, or just more like?
I would rather not.
That's the
I would
right
rather have a lute
Yes.
and a recorder and like some drums.
Okay.
And maybe a couple fairies just dancing.
I dig it.
Okay.
All right, so we can make that happen for you here at DragonCon. They'll just follow
That's
you
why I love
everywhere.
DragonCon.
So that's gonna happen. All
That
right.
would be dubstep, but
No,
that's not
wow.
my
All
question,
right.
so,
All right.
wow,
So
all right.
mariachi then. Wait. Go for it.
If you invented a new Doritos/Lay's flavor,
Oh, this is good.
what crazy flavor would it be?
Make it crazy. Make it disgusting, but make it you.
Okay.
All
Oh,
right.
I know.
all right,
I know
we'll come
mine.
back to
I know
that
mine.
one
I know mine. I know mine.
Mine would be. I'm gonna go for. You know, I don't.
You don't?
Everything sounds good to me.
It doesn't have to sound good to them.
Mine
Make
would
it sound
be
good to you.
cheesy churro.
Oh my God.
Oh, cheesy churro.
Right?
Okay,
Yes.
so we're okay.
Yeah.
Right?
It-
You
That's
would
what
eat
I'm
cheesy
right.
churro.
I've eaten cheesy churros before.
Yeah.
In
Cheesy
fact.
churro.
I've done my Disney tours of duty. So it's fine.
I would say pralines and dick.
Whoa!
It's a Wayne's World reference.
Yep, yes it is. I
Yeah.
said, go on.
Okay.
You had to clear that and just say,
stopped it. Hey, family.
well done.
Sorry.
I love
That's
it.
okay.
No
I was on the
apologies
spot.
needed.
I was out late last
That's right.
night.
So welcome to DragonCon.
Yes.
But again, thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you for coming back. This is like your 30th time.
30th time?
It seems you
I'm
just
a
add
young-
on
You've
to it
always
every
been
time.
here, Felicia.
I live
She will
here.
always be. Years
No,
will pass. We'll hear her spirit.
It's
She's
definitely
here
my
with us
fifth
now.
time. This is my
Yeah,
fifth time, you
it's
guys.
fine.
I'm really excited. I just love this con.
Nice.
I love meeting people, and it's my spirit animal.
Ah, beautiful.
I'm
and
not supposed to say that. I'm so sorry.
it's all right. So we say patroness, whatever. There's
My
a lot of
patroness,
things. Yeah,
okay.
your patroness
Yeah.
is fine. And your first year, so we expect a full report, young man.
I will give it to you.
Have it
how
on the
I spent
desk
my
by
summer
9.
Vacation.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you guys so much, and thank you, DragonCon.